Here's the problem with India. It's a two-pronged problem. There's 50% tariffs on India. 25% of them is the reciprocal tariff because of unfair trade. 25% is the fact that India is buying oil from Russia. So start with the reciprocal trade tariffs. The problem is that India literally is the Maharaja of tariffs. It has the highest tariffs of any major country in the world.
He's hoping that India will blink first, but I have to emphasize how incompetent these people are. Who are these people? Navarro is one of the worst students ever to come out of the Harvard Economics Department, where I taught for 22 years. It's just unaccountable. He makes no sense at all.
Washington has lately made it very clear, sentiment toward India is warming again. Key figures like U.S. Foreign Secretary Marco Rubio and Sergio Gor, Trump's envoy Pick, are calling India one of America's top relationships.
Just last week, 500 Indian troops trained with our troops in Alaska. That is a great thing. So in spite of this little hiccup that we have had over tariffs, our relationship is much stronger.
Sergio Gor, who is the nominee to India, which is, I would say, one of the top relationships the United States has in the world today in terms of the future of what the world's going to look like. I said it when I appeared before you as a nominee.
But all of this after the tariff chaos and drama begs the question: why and how did this happen in the first place? There could be many reasons, but former U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton has made a stunning remark about what one of them could be. He claims Peter Navarro, Trump's aide, tried to start a fight between Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi during trade negotiations. Bolton called his provocations a sideshow meant for social media, not the real work happening behind closed doors. This happened during an interview with NDTV. Navarro has lashed out at India for weeks, even insulting ordinary Indians as keyboard minions, after X's community notes fact-checked his tariff post, accusing them of burying what he calls the truth about India's trade practices. He branded BRICS nations, India among them, vampires sucking the U.S. blood dry, and dismissed it when netizens corrected him, accusing New Delhi of running a propaganda machine online. Why does this matter? Well, the U.S. has already imposed steep tariffs, 25%, then another 25% totaling a whopping 50%, on some Indian imports over Russian oil purchases. Such measures risk undoing years of patient diplomacy positioning India as a partner in Asia on defense, trade, and climate. Navarro's critics say his rhetoric, calling Indian oil revenues blood money, may score headlines but could push New Delhi closer to Moscow and Beijing. Bolton's take is that India should ignore the threats and noise on social media, and instead focus on doing the real trade negotiations, the detailed work, not the shouting matches. Inside Washington, efforts are underway to repair the damage. Sergio Gor has signaled optimism, and Rubio underscored that despite tensions, India remains central to U.S. strategy in the Indo-Pacific. In the end, Navarro may be the provocateur, but the bigger story is about diplomacy versus public grandstanding, about whether headlines or quiet negotiation will shape the future of India-U.S. ties. In a world where headlines travel fast, it's easy to see Navarro's comments as the noise. But for India-U.S. ties, the question is, can the two countries get the much-touted India-U.S. trade deal back on track in time, and ignore the provocateurs?